15 years of Grant County stories. We're looking back as Crossroads mark the time.
The people of Grant County have always made the difference. Relive their great moments on Crossroads.
We've had some fun along the way too. We'll catch some of that action as Crossroads went on the road.
And these Hoosiers made their marks in so many different ways. We'll celebrate their stories along with ours. It's the final Crossroads, and it starts right now.
Well, hello again, everyone. Welcome to Crossroads. I'm Randall King.
And I'm Annika Peterson.
And this is the final Crossroads. We have a studio audience, Annika. Did you know that? Where have these people been all our lives?
I don't know. We needed them a long time ago. It definitely makes it more fun.
I think they're going to get cake celebrating. Well, this is the final Crossroads. I'm Randall. She's Annika. Sitting in the chair for the last time in your first semester. I don't know what we did there, but...
Yeah, I expected to be here longer, but it's been fun being here up to this point.
Well, you've had several months, and you've gotten down in Grant County, and last semester you were working. What have you learned working on this show?
I've been doing this now for, I think, about a year, and I guess the main thing I would take away is just the stories and the people I've met. And I think that's something you'll remember the rest of your life, is just the impact that you feel like even I could make in just a short time of getting to know people and seeing their impact on the community.
Well, you've summarized what the show was about in 2005 when we started. So we do have a lot of celebration for you, a lot of highlights tonight. We want to get it started with some quick run through 15 years of Grant County events.
We didn't make it to everything, but with more than 500 stories to tell, we saw a lot of changes.
Yeah, wherever and whenever things were happening, Crossroads marked the time. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Crossroads, where we take a look at all the great things happening in central Indiana.
The Mississinawa 1812 allows visitors to experience what life was like.
At the new Marion Starbucks,
we lost control.
150,000 gallons of ethanol.
It is a perfect night.
The Splash House Water Park.
Concert in the Park series.
Everybody's out with their hot cocoa.
26 perfect games to get here. But the fans that came with them, they don't mind the journey one bit.
There's landscaping and it's right across from the river. I'm really excited to go in. It's these amazing airplanes flying in from all over the country.
Arbor Homes is on schedule.
There's Dr. Garfield and the Rails to Trails Garfield.
People at Meyer say this is all part of an innovative design. This is called disc golf. It's the newest thing at Modern Park. That's how it's done. This line alone represents 13 jobs.
It's still cold and dark, but we're here.
The young people honored at this service weren't around to march with Dr. King, but they live out his dream every day. When weather is this bad, nothing moves until Transportation Coordinator Don Batchelor and his team say okay.
Oh, that's that place that has that restaurant, that Ivanhoe's.
It just really made for putting together a Sports Hall of Fame.
It's called the Walk of Hope.
Marion's wave pool.
It's the Cumberland Parade center of this festival.
Indiana Governor Mitch Daniels came to town to celebrate the connection.
City buses are the transportation you might forget about.
Vacuuming up outside your house.
We're doing it to participate with our community.
It wasn't even Sunday, but the crowd lined up back to the river, and a raging sight that makes great photos. Now a showcase for Grant County legends.
Anytime we can get together in harmony, it is a beautiful thing.
Grant County experienced one of the many tornadoes striking Indiana.
Something as small as a light to illuminate a sacrifice.
They say it's all happening a little faster this year, thanks to this new field.
Completely underwater.
Challenge number 1 meant learning the new truck.
It seems everyone has something to tell the new mayor.
Hoosier Shakes is bringing the live theater culture to Marion.
Hardworking students from Marion High School's Culinary Arts program.
A crowd came inside the depot to see what could be coming down the track.
A lot of the newfound attention is due to Jefferson Street Barbecue.
This is going to mean a lot, not only to the Fairmount people, but to the James Dean community.
Lots of people prefer carts over cars.
And we're already seeing kids wanting to go, I want to be in here.
Bruce and crew meet up at 5 a.m. every day to deliver hundreds of donuts to their newest client.
Architect Michael Halstead likes the space and the view.
In a matter of seconds, a home destroyed.
Their leaves and everything were just hitting. I did not know that was happening.
Well, I'm really glad you're the one to put that together because you've been here for 15 years and you got to see all of that.
What, were you 5 when the show went on the air?
Honestly, I was, 4, I think.
There we go. Well, you know, we haven't covered all the news of Grant County, but we've been there for a lot of the things, and it was really instrumental to go through all
there's
that.
a huge mixture of really relevant, there's like heartache, and there's also just fun and inspiring. It's just a mixture.
A lot of changes that Crossroads has been able to witness. Well, we have so many more memories to share and not a lot of time to do it.
When we come back, we'll meet some of the many people who touched the community and our show through the years.
It's the final Crossroads. Stay with us. Well, welcome back to the final episode of Crossroads, and I'm all alone here for this segment, but not really. I want you to say hello to one of our surprise co-hosts, all the way from Dallas, Texas, Chelsea April. Welcome, Chelsea.
Hi, it's great to be back, even if it's just through the power of the internet and a couple of phones and computers.
Well, before we get started here, I got to point out you were very kind on this shoot day to send flowers. We needed a new centerpiece. Maybe you saw one of the playbacks of the show online and said they need a new centerpiece, but she did contribute this all the way from Texas. What a great gift. Tell everyone what you're doing, Chelsea. You were one of the first student producers, and then you co-hosted, I think, from 06 to 08.
Yes, that's true. And right after college, actually, the day of graduation rehearsal, I got a job offer to move to Dayton, Ohio as a news producer there. So started my career in Dayton, continued my career in television in Dallas, and then later in Nashville, Tennessee. Now my husband and I are back in the Dallas area. I'm a communication manager for a municipality here. And I'm still using the skills I picked up on this very set every day. So I'm so grateful to the way that you have nurtured students over the years, and I'm just thrilled to be back for this final episode.
You know, you were a part of it from the beginning, and I think Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas is pretty much the same as Marion bypass, is that right?
Oh, sure, yeah. The traffic, it's just, terrible.
Well, I know one of your favorite parts of the show was telling stories about the people of this area where you actually grew up.
That's true. And from the beginning, we all said that this show would be about all of you, your friends and neighbors who make Grant County better as you give back every day.
I want to introduce you to a 10-year-old Marion boy who is learning that bringing a little joy to others is worth even a big sacrifice.
Cox is a typical 10-year-old boy, but for the past few weeks he's given up bike riding and video games to make time for a typically grown-up tradition: writing Christmas cards.
They're good, the dressing right there.
It's like the Thanksgiving kitchen at your house, except these sisters are cooking for thousands instead of 10.
Looks like we have a winner. We wanted to surprise you, and so you won, so we're going to replace your roof for free. Nothing wrong with those kind of tears.
When they cross, every truss they see and board that thumps under their car is here in part because of Larry Barnett.
Every morning, cars are lining up inside the parking deck of Marion General Hospital with anxious volunteers ready to load up and start their routes.
Cleared out and cleaned up, Rick has a lot of big plans in store for the massive space.
Basically out of 1 Corinthians, all things new.
For this year's annual Veterans Day Parade, the streets were lined with people who are there to honor and thank those who have fought for our country, including this year's 96-year-old Grand Marshal, Wally Van Erman.
Judd is a certified therapy dog, but on days like today, Judd gets to bring a little love to a preschool.
My husband and I had 2 children who passed away from the disease SMA, and so every year we host this fundraiser and we give rides with the Checkertail T6.
Every Walk of Hope walker has a story, and Courtney Letson's has pages yet to fill.
The love and support is overwhelming.
3 years ago, the Tim Tebow Foundation created a prom to reach out to the special needs community so that they could have a special night to shine.
Sherry Stepp, a counselor for Pleasant Woods Apartment, said the housing at Carey Services has changed her life completely.
It's my dream come true to be on my own.
Feed My Starving Children has local organizations all over the country, but these volunteers are bringing the rice scooping to Marion.
I can't go to Walmart, I can't go out to eat without somebody coming to me and telling me how much they appreciate what I'm doing, and that gives me that inspiration to keep going.
He's more than just pastor, mentor, or friend.
He's family.
Reverend Bachelor is the best. We love him. I've known him my whole entire life.
He's my goddaughter.
An EF2 tornado on the warpath, and as suddenly as it had struck, the twister was gone. But just as quickly, help had arrived.
Sometimes people, when they think they don't have much to give, God can use a little bit and make it into something big.
Man, it is so special seeing all of those stories and seeing all of the incredible people that we've met over the years.
It's looking back, I just wish we could tell them all. I think there's probably 500 stories out there. You did a lot of them. We all contributed to them, but wow, there's just so many fine people in this community.
Definitely.
Well, we're glad you were a part of it way far away in Dallas, Texas, but you're close to our hearts here.
Well, and you will always be in my heart. Crossroads will always have a special place here. So thank you so much for all you've done and all the people that you've equipped over the years. The show has been very special to many.
Thank you, Chelsea, and thank you for these flowers, too. We have some more surprises still ahead, including some of the many ways our hosts got into the community and sometimes in some interesting situations. We called it the demo segment. You may call it lots of fun. More celebration ahead. Well, welcome back to Crossroads, our final episode, and welcome back another surprise guest, Shaylee Clark.
Hey, thank you for letting me be here. It's been a while.
We brought an audience.
Hello.
Well, a little bit of change. It's actually Shaylee Velez now. Kind of Shaylee Clark on the air, right, still?
Yeah. I can't remember a new name. I've got to just keep it same old, same old.
Well, some people follow you on social media, but tell everyone who doesn't what you've been doing for the last 4 years.
Yeah, well, I moved to Owensboro, Kentucky to work in Evansville, Indiana, 14 News. Started as a reporter for a year, and then about a year in, they asked me to maybe set my alarm clock a little earlier.
Like a little bit.
Yeah, a little earlier, and now I get to anchor the mornings, which has just been a blast.
So you're on there from 5 to 7. It's
5 to 7.
kind of like doing Crossroads on steroids, but at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, with lots more coffee.
Gee, I don't even think you drank coffee when you were here.
Oh, I do now.
Yeah. That's what we do. That's what television does to people. Well, you've had a lot of adventure. Real quickly, what did Crossroads mean to you? I think I know it's not a short answer.
Oh, gosh. I mean, this chair, sitting here, is the reason I get to stand behind that desk in Evansville every day. I look back and this is what got me my job, helped me start my career. I mean, everything comes back to this, telling stories here. I made Owensboro my Marion. And so it's just been an amazing blessing ever since.
Fantastic. Well, I have a real treat for you. Your favorite part of the show is what you get to host, the dreaded demo segment.
I'm a little nervous about the clips I'm about to see, but okay, go ahead.
Well, you remember this. Our producers put us in some interesting situations and places through the years.
That's a good word for it. I mean, we never stayed here in the studio. Sometimes, we managed to get out, get our hands messy, and you could say it made for some great adventures.
It's faster than you think.
Driving through WIWU-TV, Randall Clark.
Tell me what to do. I'm working the apron here, so I got the gloves. All I need is some skill. People weren't as tall as me back in the 30s, I don't think.
Got awful long legs.
Santa, come do tip. Crossroads. We asked Santa on Crossroads.
I'm ready. Oh no!
And there we go. This is heaven. Well,
Beautiful.
I got a lot of batter everywhere.
That's fine.
This is funny right here. There's Shaylee, the snake charmer. I may ruin your business if you let me cook.
And then up nice and slow.
You can feel the burn.
Beautiful.
You can't eat the bowl. There's nothing left.
Junior bubble fruit, perfect for 9. Good oral care is important. Remember that. Randall doesn't remember that.
It's capping. I think we're far enough away. At least I'm told. There we go.
Yes, that was the glitter.
Aww.
I'm gonna do.
This probably will never come off all day.
Get this man a helmet, please.
Oh!
a little sketchy here. There she goes. I think I win no matter what. Wait a minute, but I got to conquer the hill. Oh, no. You gonna roll me out of here? Whoa, I didn't fall.
There's the fire without him.
Oh, you're brave.
A little bit of a slower pace.
Ready?
And I don't know if people have been able to figure out already, there's no seatbelt.
No, I'm not.
That would just slow you down, right?
Yeah, I knew the Peru Circus was going to resurface at some point today. So thank you for that lovely memory.
You know, you never did go around, did you?
No, I didn't realize I had to fear heights till I got up there.
I at least tried to get on the surfboard. I didn't accomplish
it. Was a valiant effort.
Kendra Emmett Goldwasser was filling in that summer. That's how good. That was the best surf of the day. The run there at the end.
It was good.
I never even got up. It was classic.
Those are good, yes. Great memories.
You used to plan some of those demo segments, and I just want to say on behalf of Jim Brunner, it's great to have Shell Clark back here again.
Glad to be back. Thanks for inviting me. It's
Thank you so
good
much
to sit here again.
for being part of this, as always.
Thank you. Well, I guess we are not done yet because there's more highlights and one more special guest.
Yes, we're going to meet more of your friends and neighbors who let us tell their stories over the years, and some of these you can't forget. Well, welcome back to Crossroads as we wind down our final episode, and there's no better person to close it out with me here than Stephanie McCracken. Welcome back.
Thank you very much. It's good to be back.
Yes, you can applaud.
It's strange.
You left the show 3 years ago, and of the 15 seasons, you produced 10 of them.
10 years. My first 10 years of my career were spent with Crossroads and you here.
I wish we could have had you help edit some of these pieces, because it was a lot of hours of video. You contributed a lot, both of them. But
I was going back and remembering all the situations and all the stories I've seen so far.
She never was happy when I told her, oh, okay, in the summer I need you to fill in co-host, or I need you to fill in for someone. She always wanted to be behind the sces, but you always did a fantastic job sitting here, and I wanted you here. I wanted you here tonight. So 20 seconds, and I'm producing here. What did the show mean to you, those 10 years?
You know, I think a lot of who I am and what I do now as a career is because I was producing here and because of the things that you taught me and being a part of a team here and just getting to work with the students every day. I made a lot of lifelong friendships, and it was just a really great experience for God to use that part of me.
So. And you shaped a lot of young minds. Well, you know, the philosophy of this show from the very beginning was to tell stories about people. So many times you and I sat in planning meetings with those producers and said, let's meet some new people who are doing good stuff. And somehow, like you said, God always sent a lot of those stories our way.
Yeah, we always knew they were out there because this is a great community. Sometimes we just needed someone to connect them to our show, and then our cameras captured the magic.
Performers can't fly through the air with the greatest of ease unless someone catches them. But in this circus, that someone has never been a girl. Until Cortland Crowe said, now.
When I was told I had to teach the Middle Ages, I panicked, and that's somewhat why I came across with a medieval fair.
On her very last try,
I win!
She proved that 4-year-olds can master the catch and release.
With joy and laughter in mind, clowns like Tam Adele strive to brighten everyone's day.
They are loud, they're fast, and they're lawnmowers.
Not many people can say they've gone 62 mile an hour on a lawnmower.
Mike Carmichael of Alexandria, Indiana, is crazy about paint. And in his shed, you'll find his passion project, 41 years in the making, the world's largest ball of paint.
The Marion High School Art Club is showing their passion for art by creating murals inspired by Dr. Seuss.
It's a passion that's been passed down for generations, and it's found a home quite a ways from your usual cowboy country, right here in central Indiana.
Joe found his way to Grant County about 9 years ago when some Marion friends invited him to ducktail.
The stands were packed to watch Indiana's favorite tradition get turned on its head, as teams from Fairmount and Summitville took to the court to duke it out while riding donkeys.
Amy and Pat, better known as Mama and Papa Pearson, set out to make the world's largest bath bomb.
You either like this or you don't like it. It's just one of those things you go up, and once you go up, you're hooked on it. You gotta have one.
We thought, let's try to do something very unusual for a fundraiser. We only want to do one a year, and we thought, let's be grand and do something like this.
It's race day, but before hammer time, Dale Corporal makes sure drivers have candy time.
It may not be your typical day job, but it's something the Murphys have been working on for quite a while.
Well, I've been cleaning chimneys since I was a teenager.
Circus Pages is a family-owned and operated circus that has been traveling up and down the East Coast for 18 years. And in Grant County, children and parents alike have come to enjoy the glitz and glamour.
So while Amy breaks the ground, Dad Jerry Lozier is usually somewhere nearby dropping seeds. They've also planted hope for better crops and another year of a family growing together.
You know, Randall, looking through some of that video, it brings up a lot of memories. A lot of good parts of my life were in those little segments.
And I wish we could have told more stories. There were so many there. Well, we have asked many people who were in some of those stories and our studio audience come here to join us here at the end, and we've got some cake. We wish we could share it with all of you who've watched through the years, but we've invited these folks. Many of them been on the show many times. I'm going to ask a few of our friends from the community to say a few words just as we wrap up. I'm going to start with my friend over here and neighbor Steve Wright.
Yeah, Randall, this has been an awesome experience for all of us tonight. We can't thank you enough for inviting us out, but one of the things I wanted to talk about real quick was the fact that you guys have sent out world changers into a media that's kind of crazy right now, right? And the people that you have inspired to go out there and do the job, they're going to make a difference in the world. So thank you so much for you and your talent and your ability to lead these kids.
Yeah, thank you, Steve, so much. And Dr. Abson Joseph, if you've watched Best Lecture, you've seen him talk about Scripture with great beauty and elegance. And tell us whatever you'd like to say.
I would like to thank you and the team of Crossroads for the way in which they have represented Grant County. You wanted to tell the story of Grant County. And in 2011, when I accepted the position to come here at Indiana Wesleyan University, I was living in Jamaica, and the researcher in me wanted to know what I have gotten myself into. And I was researching about Grant County and then discovered an archive of Crossroads episodes, and I watched them, and it helped me know.
Boy, that's scary.
It helped me know what I was getting myself into. So thank you for telling the stories of Grant County faithfully, and we appreciate everything that you all have done.
Oh, thank you so much. You've become a great citizen of this community, too. Anyone else have a word? Anyone else? We've got microphones. Yeah, Ray Johnson here.
Well, Randall, just want to say thank you. We're going to miss that IWU truck out there. This is 30 years for the Flying Cruise-In, 15 years for you. But when you guys came aboard, it really exploded out there.
Oh.
Thank you so much this year for the Grant County Rescue Mission.
Oh, we're going to miss Flying Cruise-In, too. Thank you, Ray. Someone else. Diana, pass it down here. Yeah, it's great.
I just want to thank you for being an educator with a heart and with a sense of humor. And I don't know how you came up with the ideas for the stories, but they were wonderful, and they covered such a wide range. And you have changed lives in ways that you'll never know. And I had old students who graduated or came through your program, and they were a little intimidated by you, but always respectful. And they're doing great things in media. Jordan Berry is in New York City doing podcasting. It's huge. And I'm sure that there are countless stories out there. But I want to thank you for, you changed my life with the vertical video syndrome, and every time I can, I pass that word on, and it's all I can do not to slap cameras out of the phones out of people's hands because they're doing it like this. So people will take what you've taught them, and it will continue for many, many years, and we wish you the best. And thank you for all that you gave to this school, this county, our town, everything. Thanks.
Thank you. Another neighbor. Anyone else?
I'm gonna speak again.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
I don't mean to hog the microphone. But what I didn't get to say earlier, and I speak for the other students
That's
here.
because I was scripting you.
I know. I understand. But and I guess I speak from experience too. But I truly meant what I said when every day when I walk into that station in Evansville, I realized that I was so blessed to go to a school like this because I really feel like the training that we had here, thanks to you, thanks to Dr. Perry and Dr. Feebig and Amy Smelser, all of these mentors and Stephanie Nathan, everyone that helped us put me so far ahead. And it was such a blessing. And I know I'm not the only one. I could name 100 other names. And we were so incredibly blessed to work with you. And this program, this show, got me out of my comfort zone. I couldn't even go get gas by myself when I first came to school. And I couldn't be more thankful for everything you've done in my life and for everything you've done here. So thank you, and thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Shayla. Anyone else? We didn't pay them. Bill Munn.
Well, I would like to thank you and Crossroads for making the restoration of our community, moving it from the back burner to the front burner, and how many times we crawled around some buildings that were falling apart and dusty. And you mentioned early television, a couple of shows you said nobody would remember. Matlock and Columbo. We were out filming one day in front of the bank before the restoration, and one of the people came by and told me later, he said, it looked like Matlock and Columbo standing out there. So, but really.
And I know the reference.
Yeah. But in any event, it's Marion is Rising, and it was a story before it became a story, and you recognized that and helped us get the ball rolling. So thank you very much.
It's great to tell part of that. Thank you. I want to say thank you to my wife, Lori, and the kids for supporting my, they're not kids anymore, my crazy TV work, all while I was trying to pursue the quiet life of a college professor kind of on the side. Thank you to Indiana Wesleyan University for keeping this TV station on the air nearly 25 years. Not many colleges have television stations, and this has been a rare and wonderful journey. Thanks to my faculty colleagues in the IWU Division of Communication and Theater. A lot of them are here tonight for always supporting our students who work and learn their craft at the TV station. And it's been hundreds of students over the years who've done that. To our TV station full-time staff, some of them are here, some of them have moved on. You've been the backbone to keeping this operation going for the community and for our students. And it has been a privilege to work with you and a real highlight of my entire career. Crossroads has only had 3 producers in 15 years. Seth Conley at the start, who you've seen, Stephanie McCracken, 2/3 of those last 3 years, and for the last 3 years, Russ Clark, who keeps this ship grounded and running well and always pushes the look and creativity of our show to new levels. Russ is usually behind the scenes. I think I saw him lurking around here, but he won't be showing up in camera, but he makes magic behind those curtains. Crossroads began with a simple idea. Let's find the good things going on in Grant County and share them on TV. I'm happy to say we've kept that mission. People have asked me from time to time, how big is your audience? What's your ratings? But you know, we don't know that number, and it doesn't really matter. I don't care so much about a big number. The number I care about is 1. The one person who has come up to say, hi, I enjoy your show. The one person who gets inspired by finding out what their neighbor is doing or goes and volunteers for something we've promoted. And this happened more than once also. The people who come up to me and say, you know what, I grew up in Grant County and I never knew all the good stuff happening here. Or I feel better about my community because I watch Crossroads. That's what it makes the difference, 1 by 1 by 1. Those are the numbers that matter. At the end of the day, Crossroads is just a TV show. We can't give anyone a job, change their health, but we can shine a light on your world. So I hope you've laughed, cried, smiled a little, and maybe been inspired by something you've seen here. As Steve said, there's enough bad on media. We tried to be something good, because ultimately we serve the Prince of Peace. And Christ came to this world to bring good news. So I thank you, everyone, for watching, for letting us come into your homes every week with a word of hope. And thank you, friends, all of you here, for living the stories that we can tell. And thank you, crew, for giving us all the chance to keep the show going.
Thank you, Randall. I think I'm already tearing up. I told you I was going to do that. I was trying not to. But I just thank you for letting us all be a part of telling the Grant County story. And, it's been such a big part of our family and will continue to be a big part of everybody's lives. So thank you very much for letting us be a part of it.
Thank you. I can't believe I held it together better than you. Here's a line I wrote on the very first show because I needed some way to close it out, and like many things in television, we just stuck with it. So, for all of us, one last time. The crossroads of life bring people together.
And that's what we've done here for 15 seasons on WIWU-TV. We all thank you for watching.
One last time. So long, everyone.